and welcome back. This video is long overdue. This is my retinol update video. I will link in below my beginning of my journey when I started using prescription strength Retin A, which I was really honest about. I smuggled back over the border from Mexico. And I had two strengths of Retin A. I had 0.025 and 0.5, and I started on the 0.25 and I slowly built up to the 0.5. But that was 18 months ago and I lasted about 3 months and I didn't notice any huge difference in my skin. However, I did fail compliance. That's what a dermatologist would say. I literally couldn't get past the peeling, the incredible, I have to say my skin did not go sore at all or red or irritated, but that constant sloughing off of dead skin, I never got through that phase. And so what I decided to do was to do Retin A for 3 months every winter and retinol the rest of the year round. Now you know this, you know that over the counter retinol is the closest you can get to prescription strength Retin A. You know that it starts at palmitate, retinol palmitate, then it goes to acetate, and then eventually it comes down to retinol, and then eventually on prescription it becomes Retin A. No matter what you put on your skin, it all ends up becoming Retin A within the skin, but the more steps it has to go through, the weaker it becomes and the less of the actual active ingredient ends up in your skin, which is why the gold standard is a prescription strength cream. Some people can use it. Some people build up and use it every single night. I think it was partly my fault in that I was using it on freshly cleansed skin that was slightly damp. I was using a little bit too much. It's very hard to use a tiny pea-size amount of a prescription Retin A and get it all over your skin. It's not a particularly greasy or emollient formula. And to get it all down here, you literally just run out. So you end up using 2 or maybe 3 pea-size amounts. It's too much for the skin, and then the skin starts to shed. I was on a press trip to America about a year ago now, and I was talking to a leading eminent aesthetic and clinical dermatologist, a lady called Katie Suozzi, and she was saying to me that she'd got used to it. She had the most beautiful skin. She must have been 15 years younger than me, and she'd got used to it then, but she literally rationed herself to a pea-size amount every single night. So I'm telling you I couldn't comply. I've tried and tried and tried. So I'm going to let you in on the secret of how I keep retinol in my regime. And that is, I step down to retinol for 9 months of the year. And here are my favourite retinols. I'm going to start actually with a formula by Paulas Choice, which is their Resist Intensive Retinol Repair Serum. Actually, this isn't the one that I prefer. The one I prefer, I've just run out of, and that is the Purple Resist 1% retinol. I have never had a bad reaction to it. I can use it night after night after night after night. I just wake up to glowy, healthy skin. I get absolutely zero peeling. However, I did an event with Paula last Friday at Selfridges, and a lot of people said to me that, a lot of younger people said to me that they found it slightly too strong for their skin. And this is the alternative that I recommended to them. The purple serum, the purpley blue bottled Resist serum, comes in a milk. This comes in a much more, what I would call a silicone serum. It comes out like that. And it's serum. You can feel the silicone in it. It's sort of velvety. What this means is it has a tendency to give a much slower delivery of retinol into the skin. This would really suit dry skins. You couldn't wear it during the day at all. I mean, Paula argues that you can use retinols during the day. She argues that retinols and vitamin C all oxidize in the skin, and providing you put an SPF on the top, then you're fine to use retinols during the day. Funnily enough, Paula can't use any retinol at all. She is intolerant to even the lowest level of retinol. That's my recommendation if you find the Resist 1% slightly too strong. However, I want to talk about 2 other products that I also test regularly, but I peel for both of them. Did you see recently that I did on Instagram a visit to the Medik8 labs? Now, Medik8 are the UK's leading retinol experts, and they have just created a crystal retinal. And retinal is Retinaldehyde, and that is the next step down from retinol, and I'm going to talk about this one in a minute. They have formulated this highly unstable version of retinol, but it's called Retinaldehyde, and they have put it in a crystal that stabilises it. And this is supposed to be really easy to use. I'm sorry, don't look too close. Don't zoom in. This makes me peel, not as much as a prescription strength, but it makes my skin, yeah, my makeup is all not going on well at all. And when you wake up and you do that after about 3 consecutive nights of using this, you think, what have I done to my skin? Is it a different foundation? It's not. It's because they're not exfoliants, but they do turn over the skin cells faster, and so the surface of your skin just becomes, during the period of adaptation, it becomes uneven and your skin rolls off. It's just not pleasant. God, I wish retinol was easier to use. Talking of which, I love this product. I love NeoStrata, full stop. This is their retinol NAG complex, and these two, in fact, these are the products that I recommend if you cannot get hold of prescription retinol. These two are without a doubt the strongest I have come across short of prescription. They're the only 2 products that I've ever used that aren't prescription that make me peel. Build up to them slowly. They are powerful. But this is what I work on for 9 months of the year when I'm not using a prescription. I want to mention 2 other products here. Zoe Medical have RetroMax, which is their retinol. I use that with impunity as well. I have no problems with that at all. 0 irritation, 0 peeling. However, if you want to introduce retinol to your skin and you don't want to go straight into a 1% retinol serum, and certainly avoid the Medicate or the NeoStrata one, because they're my strongest ones I think available on the market, short of a prescription, try this one. This is a really great one. This is 0.25 retinol, pure retinol, and it's the first aid one, the Fab Skin Lab one. That's a great first step retinol for anybody at any age that wants to start including some sort of vitamin A into their skin. And if you've got a problem with using retinol, I really love the Dermalogica Retinol Overnight Retinol Repair. It's a 1%, but when you open it up, it's got a buffer cream. Now here's the thing, this is quite expensive for what you get. My advice, if you can't afford this, use any retinol that you've got and just buffer it with a balm. Buffer it with Cicaplast Bone B5, which is a gorgeous, stabilising, barrier function repair cream without any high levels of actives, i.e. it's got no vitamin C, nothing that's going to, no acids, nothing that's going to cause further irritation. So if, for example, you end up buying any retinol at all, and it's irritating your skin, buffer it with your own balm and use an inert moisturiser, something that has 0 levels of actives in, just skin soothing ingredients. How do you get rid of the peeling? This is the question. 1, you need to spritz. I have been spritzing all through the day to try to hydrate the surface layers of skin that are peeling off. I really like Hylamide. You can't use water, you need something with glycerin like this or hyaluronic acid. The Dr. Dennis Gross vitamin C spray is really lovely. Clinique do one. In fact, I put a post up on my Instagram of my favourite face spritzes. They will save you. You can't start rolling off the dead skin, although you'll find yourself doing it. You find yourself in meetings just doing this. I do it the whole time. And then it's sort of, you get skin dandruff, face dandruff down on your clothes. But you can't start peeling off your makeup. You have to stick it back down until the end of the day. Spritzes will become your best friend. The other thing is, I really like to use a really gentle acidic day cream, and this is the NeoStrata Bionic Face Cream, which is 12% polyhydroxy acid, because that will start to get rid of the skin cells gently. But you know what your best friend's going to be? You'll not be surprised to hear this. It'll be a microfiber cloth in the shower, because if your skin starts to peel, and it might not do, when I use 1% Paulas Choice, my skin doesn't peel. If I use pretty much Medicate or NeoStrata, something like that, my skin does peel, and if I use prescription it will. You'll need to roll off that dead skin in the shower. Do it when your skin's damp. You can either do it with your hands, really gently, rolling upwards and outwards. Don't scrub at your skin. Please don't use any leave-on acid masks. Don't use any harsh scrubs. your barrier function is going to be already very slightly compromised. Be gentle with your skin. A microfiber cloth will work brilliantly. That obviously is my beloved Primark £1.51. However, look how cute is this. This is the new makeup eraser, and it comes in its own little plastic, which is such a good idea for traveling. Why do I like it? Apart from the fact that I'm a big kid, look. It's watermelon. I got this one from Victoria Health. A microfiber cloth will become your best friend. You will stand in the shower when your skin is damp, rolling off the skin cells. It's a little bit like having a really mild sunburn, but not when it's sore or irritated, just when the dead skin cells start to come away. So, step up, use your retinols slowly, gently. Start at 0.25%. If you buy a 1% and your skin starts to peel, and then buffer it with your own inert barrier cream. I always say Cicaplast because Cicaplast is my go-to skin barrier function repair range. It's just really good. So you can buffer it 50-50, you can buffer it 25%, 75%, or you can simply put your barrier cream on first and then put your retinol over the top. The same is true of your prescription cream. What you need to do is slow down the delivery of that active ingredient into your skin. However, if you want the strongest retinols on the market, and a lot of people do, a lot of people are tougher than me, there are two that are out there. That is Medik8 Crystal Retinol 6, there's a 10, that's 6%, there's a 10%, and that is my beloved, you can see look, you can see it's virtually empty. I'm gonna muscle through this. That is my beloved Retinol Nag from NeoStrata. I really love both of the Paulas Choice 1% retinols as well. I have no problem with them. If you do, buffer your own products. There are no reasons why you shouldn't buffer your own product. And you can experiment with it. I think the secret is to try to find a way to get some form of retinol into your skincare regime every single night if possible. But you need to do it in a way that's pleasant for you and doesn't leave your skin looking like this, because if you come in close, it's all patchy under here, around here. It's not sore, it just makes your makeup look bad. And I'm not bad at applying my makeup. This is a great makeup. Don't judge me by my makeup. Judge me by the fact that I've used retinol. And do you know what? The times I do events with really big dermatologists, or I go to have a facial with a really cutting edge facialist and their faces look like this, and it's because they're determined to use retinol too. That's my retinol journey update. Long overdue, but I've done a lot of experimenting on your behalf, I promise. All the details of all the products will be below. Let me know how you're getting on with retinol. Let me know if you've managed to get beyond the peeling party, because I never have, and it's a pain in the arse to be a member of the peeling party. It's absolutely no fun at all. However, I think in the long term, your skin will benefit from it. And I have to say, I went and had one of those facials the other day, you know, where they take all those pictures under UV lights. My pigmentation had not got worse in 10 years. That can only be down to two things: the use of retinols and the use of an antioxidant every single morning.